Ding, ding, ding. Do you like my weird lips? I've been like, I've done this on myself, this look, a couple of times and hated it every time. I think it looks really great on someone else. Maybe it's the color scheme. I mean, I'll do like the black with like a blue sheen or a purple sheen, but just cartoon look. I suppose if I were like in a full costume, it would work, but it kind of destroys the ambience of the entire face. But I thought I'd leave it. I thought I'd leave it this time. So, it is the promised unboxing that I had talked about last time. And this means that from here on out, on my comic book days, because I have scheduled days where I do comics. On the comic book days, it will switch from Akashic to the Heavenly Bride until I have finished the current chapter that I have stepped out of in the middle of a couple of years ago before I nearly died. And, nuclear whistles. When it comes to the Heavenly Bride on Patreon and the followers, I am going to upload it because I have like tiers on Patreon, not on in the Hammer Space, but in Patreon I have tiers. I haven't figured out how to handle it in the Hammer Space yet. It'll be the highest tier to have access to the Heavenly Bride that way. I thought about it, and because the Heavenly Bride, or what happened to it in the past that I have covered in other videos and everything, I've just decided that the way I'm handling the Heavenly Bride is the best thing for it. So it will still be out there for supporters, but I figure, you know, that way things are as they are, because it will be going directly to publication when it is done. It doesn't have like a schedule. So to see it in advance and to see the stuff in advance is an extra special privilege, as opposed to the Akashic, which kind of happens over a spaced period of time. So it will be the highest tier in Patreon, and I've got to start uploading what's already been made there, so I've got to get that going. So probably that's what's going to happen first, and then I'll return to the pages. And if you're a Patreon member, you'll get to, you know, you'll get to see some stuff on all levels, and then, you know, whatever. So now let's do an unboxing. Ready? A Knife. Oh no, I use Knifes for things like unboxings. What the heck? Is she thinking outside the box? No, she just grew up poor. So, let's see. I have slit it with a practiced slit. Our villain cut open. Oh, no, she didn't. She lost it and it fell. Our villain wanted to cut open the box, but she was an inept villain. And that's why she hasn't managed to take over the world just yet. Okay, here we go. I think I've got it where I don't need to cut it more. No, I have never cut myself open. I do things like point the knife away from myself. Okay, box. First, we're going to do our little card. Oh, in case you didn't know, and I know from the size of the box, these are the RBT cards that go with Chapter 2 of Akashic. I love these little boxes. They send them in, and I say that enough times already. Well, here, we need to do this again. What a cute little box. Oh, my God, I love this box. Oh, my God, I love this box. I had to use the other ones. So maybe I'll get to keep this one, and I'll name it George, and I'll love it forever and ever and ever. Okay, so here's my little card. Ticket number, blah, 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 blah. Total pick items. Well, I think it's their pick slip. But it's okay, fine. Packing slip. Let's see. Sometimes packing slips are fun, especially if they're like small businesses, because they'll be like personal notes sometimes very rarely, so I like to look. Oh, I came out of Savannah. That's interesting. Okay, nothing beyond that. I grew up close to Savannah, a couple of hours out. Okay, and here are the cards. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Some packing paper that I'll probably reuse on something. Okay, fine. Put that over there out of the way. So we have our packs of cards, and now we're going to open up one pack. Look, they're thicker than the last time. I don't know if you may recall the last time. Let me go get the last ones. Or I'll stand in my closet and wonder where I put the last ones. I gotta order more, I'll bet. Never mind, I will not be getting the last ones. Let's just carry on, shall we? So, it's a nice thick pack. I tried to have, I think it's 20 cards in this one. The last one had like maybe 7 or 8 because it was like a starter pack. And some of them have artwork from the comic itself because I like to do that, and some will have artwork that I made specifically for the card. So we're going to go through all of the cards. Now, last time I had put the cards up for PDF and realized giving them away was a mistake. It had hundreds of, well, I don't know if it was hundreds. It had a ton of downloads. Not a ton. That's even more than hundreds in it. It had a lot of downloads. And no support. No, I mean, you know, I would have preferred, I would have really, really appreciated a review. And what I got was a lot of people downloading where it was clearly getting talked about and getting spread around, and then a couple of bad reviews by people who, I don't know, maybe they just didn't like it and then told everybody. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I just know that I got hurt by the lash. So, so the PDF will be, if you want it, well, I don't think I'm going to be offering a PDF this time. I don't charge to read Akashic, and I don't really make, I make like literally zero from revenue. I get a few pennies here and there from advertisements and that I refunnel back into advertisements. So like $1 once a year or so, you know, it's not a lot. And, I love the fact that people are reading it, but I do got to do something to try to pay for the website, because the bigger your website gets, the more expensive it gets. So the cards are the only thing that I am holding back currently. As far as if you want it, you need to buy it. You know, you can even download the rule book for free. It's just, you know, something's got to give. And I know I sound selfish, and that's just too bad. So, you know, I guess I'm just a selfish twat. Okay, so let's go through the cards. What we did is last run there were 4 types of cards, and it ended up being 5 because we realized, because, you know, as we're working on the game as we go. And so we've got all the types, and we're going to have like a specific number of each type. And I don't want to do the Magic the Gathering rare whatever card, but there are some that there will be more of than others. So we're going to start. I'm just going to go in order. I'll probably end up reshuffling them because I had to make them out of order because I was dumb at the time. Okay, so we have Celestial Magic. And this was original art made for the card. Oh, I forgot my camera. I really got to buy a new camera. Somebody send me a new camera. I had made this specifically for this card. This is a Celestial Magic card, and what it is with Celestial Magic cards, I want to try to have a Celestial Magic sigil somewhere in the art on them. It'll, one, make them a little easier to find right away. I see a boo-boo. I'm going to have to fix these. There's a boo-boo on this one. So these are boo-boo cards. Right there, layers on the card. This is the program's giving problems. It's supposed to say, I believe it's supposed to say -1. Let me double check. No, I think it's supposed to be a 0. And it has overlaid a -1. So I have to fix the file. But, you know, so there goes that. But it's okay. And then we have another Celestial Magic. Presto Changeo. This is another one where I did the artwork. And this particular character I had created just because I felt like making. She's not in the comic. I may use her eventually. But Presto Changeo. It also did bad things on the art. It also did a -1 with a 0 on it. So that's 2 I have to fix. Oh boy. And then we have another. But you'll notice that I've got the sigil there in the artwork. Can you see the sigil? Because Celestial Magic is, you know, fantasy magic with spells and demons and such. So, okay. And then we have another Celestial Magic, Slam Boom. See my little sigil there. Another one with the artwork. In fact, the Celestial Magics are probably going to. Wow, that one's artwork did also. What the heck, these? Looks like I've got a lot to correct. Something happened to the files. I should have double checked. Oh, well, triple checked. I don't know, I was tired. That's what I get. Okay, and this is another Celestial Magic. So you'll notice that I've got one Playing with Fire, one Presto Changeo, and then two Slam Booms. And I believe it's how it's supposed to be. I don't remember, so we'll find out. And then our little sock puppet, but at least his, not all of his art is correct, so I gotta fix him too. Our little sock puppet, our little character in the comic. Some Boom Bears. They have a cameo appearance, but I love the Boom Bears, so this is actually from the panel. Do you remember last time, if you were here, that I was talking about the Salteries? Well, here is the first Saltery. The Significant Saltery. He has come up with all these Salteries, my other half. Thing. It's a thing used to make music. Significant sound, it's his ability. Roll 1d6, if roll even number, target suddenly feels like nothing else matters. They sit and cry for their mama for turns equal to amount of roll. And then signal dissonance is the drawback. If you roll 1, check your oops table, which talk about the oops tables in the manual. So the Significant Saltery, I had a lot of fun making this too. And it was hours of hunting because, you know, I use DAZ 3D. It just comes up with a lot better art than I do, and by hand. And it took me a while to find this Saltery model. And I had so much fun making that particular piece of art. Another Boom Bears. I'm going to put the Boom Bears. Well, at some point I got to redo them. Naga, please. Another one of his ideas. Yeah, it's an action. And then we have an augment, Feral Mum. This is based off of 2020's Halloween art. And another action, Bitch Slap. Another Feral Mum. Another Snake Eye Stare. Whoa. See, it's a good thing that I buy these. Backing up. Nope. The art's different. Oh, for a minute there I thought I'd made a big mistake. Well, this other ones I'm finding are big mistakes. And then we have Whoosh, which that's Tim's idea. It's fireballs something on something small head. I can't remember what Whoosh stands for. Oh, here it is. I'm so silly. Fiery wishes on your opponent's soft head. Another Whoosh. Rush of Doom. That's actually that's art from chapter 1, but I just really loved the way that panel came out, so I had to use the artwork. Another one, Pursue Him, with spaceships on it. Another Pursue Him. And then we have our explaining card and our portable oops table that come with every pack. Now, what I am thinking of, and the other half has talked me out of it, but I really think that it would be a good idea if I took these two and instead of having them as separate cards with the back, although I like it, you know, I like that it says Hammer Space here, have it where it's a two-sided card. So on one side you would have the oops table. I'll put it together like I'm thinking. One side you would have the oops table, and on the other side you'd have the explaining card, which talks about the 5 card types: action, melee magic, celestial magic, augment, and thing. And then what the different color circles are, which are strength, dexterity, intelligence, and stamina. And you know, I personally feel it would be better that way, because it would be less clutter on your table. I don't like clutter on my table. But he keeps talking to me out of it. And I may also no, I'm not gonna. This one actually says Akashic Scroll 1, Chapter 2, release on it. And I wanted one card to say that, and then the rest just to have that. And in my opinion, it's too late to change it to where it says Hammer Space, so I won't. So there is that. And then maybe, I don't know, it would be cool if, like, on this one, I could have something else here, so that we have the explaining card and the oops table on one card, and then here would be, on the other side of this, stupid light, would be something else. I don't know what, maybe I don't know, a little something about one of the characters. It's, maybe a miniature version of the game, the game sheets, something that, places it with whatever chapter, who knows. But I'm thinking about starting to do that. And that way the card format themselves doesn't change, but I can have a little bit more in the packs. So I've got to fix these, so I can't approve them today. But it's still nice to see them. I mean, they look pretty cool, and I'm really glad that Drive-Thru has it so that you can do that, because they're print on demand. So I don't have to have a closet full of stock. Although I do have a closet full of stock, which means I put them back into their sleeve. I'm gonna talk about the next bit of news, and then I'm gonna shut up and go away because it's already been 15 minutes, 47, 49, 50. Now, on the store website to the publishing venture, which is wonksprint.com, WOKSPRINT. Wonks means wonks, through the nose. Wonks is Mohegan for fox. So Wonks print is a pun. I'm actually saying fox prints, but it's referencing the fact that we publish. So print for publishing, fox print. I don't know, it was fun. But we started, as I've mentioned before, taking Filk CDs from artists, preferably underground indie artists that are kind of small, to help them out, and we would put them on our table. And our table has slowly gotten taken over with music, so that I don't have as much publishing on my table anymore, which I don't mind. But it is amusing. You ever hear of cancel culture? These CDs, CD culture, they have completely taken over. Things have been growing, and then 2020 happened with COVID, and so a lot of people at a lot of conventions had to be postponed for 2 years in a row on one of them. And after a while, we just kind of found an explosion with our website. People are, realizing that we had stuff that they wouldn't see even if the conventions were going, because, some stuff has gotten really rare. I find myself wanting to focus more on the older stuff. Maybe it's like this desire to catch up on all those years that I missed out because of finances and circumstances or whatever, being locked away by significant others, honest to God, literally. Yeah, those were some hard times. So we've just kind of grown, and so then I ended up opening up an eBay store, and I named it O for Filk's sake, because where it started off doing publishing, it's kind of focused more and more on Filk. And then, of course, there's the fact that I filk very badly on occasion. But that's cool, because I have fans out there that like my bad filking, and I love you guys, just so you know. Somebody downloaded my entire almost complete album the other day. I was flabbergasted that somebody wanted to buy my stuff. So I set it up so you don't have to buy my stuff. I don't have my inhaler. I'll have to make this quick. I'm going to have an asthma attack. Yep, I don't have my inhaler, so I got to wrap this up. So, it was brought to our attention that a Filk vendor down in Georgia, his name was Michael Lehman, and he passed away about 4 years ago. His stock was sitting in his sister's house. She didn't want to just throw it away, thank goodness, because when it comes to the Filk and underground, that particular aspect of underground music, a CD can be pretty rare. It could have only been like a couple hundred made, or in some cases homemade, which means maybe 10 or 20. And that's only copy of that Filk artist, because they're also deceased, and this is history. And so she didn't want to just throw it away. She just felt like it was disrespectful, because Michael didn't do this. Maybe he did make some money at it. I don't know. I've never really made money at it. And he did it because he realized that his area needed a musical outlet. He helped to found GAFILK, G-A-FILK, F-I-L-K, one of the conventions that happens in Atlanta every year. And so he got into it and to bring music to that convention, and it just kind of branched out. And so thank goodness we got paid. So we took our money and we spent the entire check to do this. And we haultailed our butts over to Atlanta, and overnight we basically drove down, picked up all of the stock that and some other items of his that she wanted to see treated well, and we brought it back, so that my little musical venture has exploded, like literally exploded. I'm still processing his stock. It is like a week later, and I have made a dent in it. I'm not halfway there yet. Maybe a fourth. He had a lot of filk. He had some people that I had never heard of. And he also was trying to bring a Celtic music element. He would go to Celtic fairs and sell Celtic music. So my store now not only has filk and publishing, but it has a lot of Celtic music, and it's still growing. And some other traditional stuff like these people right here. And I'm holding a CD that may or may not be limited. I know that there's another CD that's out of my reach by these guys that I've got the last 4. Their website is very clear that if you wanted his last CDs, you needed to go to him because they didn't have any more, which means that I have got the last 4 unless somebody in a hidden nook somewhere is also selling them. And we have a Sunset's Gold, which is based off of the Dragon Riders of Pern and the Harper Hall series, which I never knew this existed. And there's another one, Dragon Harper Pern, and I was like, oh, it was worth the overnight drive. And then we have this one, which kind of qualifies as an Unobtainium because the band is defunct, their website's down, and people are selling this particular CD unopened. For one place, they had it for sale for $80, and on Amazon it's on sale for about $100. Now, I'm not going to do that. I mean, not only do I not think that it will sell the prize, but that's price gouging. Okay, so we released that we had these things, and my website saw a lot of activity to the point that I ended up canceling orders because the system couldn't keep up and started accepting back orders when it's not supposed to. And then eBay, glorious eBay. I don't know how they got this report that I've made over $600,000 when I have not. If I had made that much, my house would be paid for right now. And so they limited my account. I'm not allowed to list anything or fix the listings that I already have up or anything because the way they put it, I was making too much money. And so for my safety, does this sound like a certain hedge fund thing that happened lately? But yes, for my safety, they limited my account to make sure that I could handle things. Yeah. So that happened. So currently I'm only dealing on our website until if I ever get this mess with eBay straightened out, which is a shame because I just paid like $150 to upgrade the website to deal with it faster, and then this happens. I mean, I'm out $150 over this, and I had to cancel I don't know how many orders. So I can't list this on eBay. My plan was to list this, and there's a couple of others of this, on eBay at the starting base price that Michael would have been selling it at. I have to guess because it doesn't have a price on it, but it's somewhere around what he was selling it at, and then let people who want it decide through an auction how much it's worth. That was my plan. And it looks like if eBay can't get their shit straight, that I'm going to have to find another place. There are other places. They aren't as big as eBay. They don't link to websites as much, so I'd have to seriously scale back. But you can tell I'm clearly annoyed that the fact that making a living was starting to blossom into something that might actually be more than breaking even. And for my safety, I'm not allowed to do that. By the way, I also own some GameStop stocks. So there. I own like I own like 0.18 of one. For my safety. But anyway, so there's a lot of stuff on the website, and it's just growing. And I've discovered some people that I thoroughly enjoy their music. One guy, I was like listening to the CD to test it while I was inputting it, and it was guffawing every 2 seconds. There's a couple of CDs that have come out that were clearly homemade, so I had to test them, which means that I learned about direct copying and archiving music a little bit and learn how to test it. So that was fun. And they're up because they are history and people do want them. And yeah, and I'm also found myself looking at a CD publishing machine because I found one that if I can just save up enough money, it's not hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's just this little old thing that I'd be able to mint, because I already do mint my own CDs. But this one would be, because if you the ones you burn in your computer have it if they're not done. There's a process you do. I haven't quite learned all of it, but sometimes they fade. And I've got a special printer it's got a special tray, and it's this inkjet printer, and it prints directly on the CD, and they look really good. But the publishing machine, I don't know. I just like to make stuff, guys. I know I don't make money at it, but it's just something I like to do. It would be nice if I could make a living, but you know, what would make me better at making a living? Getting more acting roles and selling my albums, because that's what I was born to do. Anyway, so that's the news. For my safety, I will now end this video safely. I will put the knife away for my safety. Putting it away. Knife getting put away. It's over there now for my safety. And I'm going to go do my thing. Besides, my husband's been trying to call for the past 2 minutes. Bye.